use my affiliate link to support the channel down in the description. Anyways, hey, what's up, guys? MetaGamesGX here, and we have Chizzy yugioh to show off his updated Sky Striker deck profile, because you guys really seem to love his last deck profile, and I wanted to see what he was up to. I mean, I played him at locals the other week, and he ended up cooking me, obviously now with Engage at 3, so I think the deck got quite a boost with that, but we'll see how what Chizzy's up to with the deck. But first of all, how's it going, bro?
Good, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Please check him out on also Twitch and YouTube. What are your handles for both of them? Just Chizzy yugioh?
Yeah. I think it's just Chizzy yugioh. CHIZZY YGO. There's like 2 Y's, yeah.
Great, and we'll link to both of those down in the description. Also, I already have his YouTube handle already tagged. So, with 3 Engage, how are you feeling about Sky Striker? What changes? How's the deck doing?
The deck is just like a little bit more consistent. The deck still has like the same issue that it did like prior to Engage coming back to 3, was that it is really easy to like clear a board. It's just really hard to like stop every deck's like follow up. Every deck has like an insane follow up, and Engage doesn't really like solve that issue. But yeah, it's it's still a lot of fun. It's like really fun opening like multiple Engage, and like you can still like get your through like 3 spells online. Like you can still like plus a lot off of it. But yeah, not getting like roll on the board and like having a way to like stop the follow up is still like the big issue that this deck has. So we can get to like roll a little bit more often, start to like play a little bit more often. But yeah, I've noticed that it's still like can be an uphill battle at times. There's like sometimes it's just like impossible, and sometimes you still like do like open unplayable, like you don't open anyways to your extra deck or anything like that still. But that probably won't happen as much next month.
Yeah,
And
because
I'll talk about some of the changes that's going to be coming up, like with like the new support, assuming we get like everything that's been announced in the Battles of Legends set. Some of the ratios do change a little bit for some of the stuff, but
okay, great. Yeah, no, and then
yeah,
what do you got? 40 card main deck?
yeah, 40 cards. Don't try to deviate from that too much. Like you get away with playing 41 probably. Like the math doesn't change too much, but I can't really think of like an extra card I would want to like add into this. So
Fair enough. We can just get right into it then.
at 40. Cool. So I'll just move this over here. So we have like the warrior. I usually start it by like engines. So this is like the warrior package through a one rose, one rhoda. This doesn't change for now until we get the new stuff. Then we probably like play like a second rose. Since Cyanos works with Rose, it's the new card where you can discard a spell card and special summon it. If it's normal special summon, you can special summon a Rose from your deck. And then if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to add a Rose back from the graveyard to your hand, or like special summon it. So it works really well with Rose. So like you're going to want to play 2 just so you don't like open 1 and make Cyanos worse. And there's just like more ways to play. But this is kind of standard for Striker as it is right now. Hornet drones, and then 3 copies of linkage. This is the other ways to the extra deck other than engage. Obviously we have 3 of this spec. So something I will talk about, I'll talk about linkage for a second here. So like some people play just 2 of linkage instead of 3. This deck kind of already has like an issue like getting going, and one of the things people will say is that you need like a card to spend to get linkage as like a way to start, which is true. But since the deck goes second, you have so many cards that you're already like playing into a board with that this card like sends for free anyway, because you're already using them from your hand. So you don't need to like set a card randomly and then just like activate this to play unless your hand is like god awful. So this is just like really good to dodge. Like there's a lot of targeting negation in the format, like Mourner, Veiler, and Imperm are all very popular. And like you need your Kagaris to go through, and like you're probably linking it away anyway. So like there's just no reason not to play 3 of this, in my opinion. So in total it's like what, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 12 ways to get to the extra deck or something like that. So
Yeah.
should happen pretty often. So this is like the rest of like my striker package. I play 3 multi-roll, which probably is like a little unusual. I see like a lot of one or two of this. One of the reasons I like three is because a lot of people say this card doesn't do anything going second when, like, honestly, they just couldn't be more wrong about that. This card is like so insane. Like your opponent has to do something to this. Like part of like the reason why this deck is so good is because of cards like you can play like thrust and board breakers. So you want your opponents to do things, and this like forces them to do something because if they don't do something here, they can't for the rest of like the turn, and there's just a good chance they just lose everything if this actually resolves. But you also want this to like stick on the board, and you don't really want to like add this back with Kagari. Like I played this deck when this was at one. I've played like two of this, and I've played like three now, and like one sucks because like you have to like just choose if you want to burn your Kagari getting this back or not, and this is like the card you want to like stick. Like if you can get this card to stick through multiple turns, you're winning the game. And so like I just wanted three to just maximize my chance of opening it, and like being able to like stick it, not like shut it off and engage later in the turn. So the three anchor, obviously, this is like the other one that you like always play three of. This will obviously never change. This targets a card like a monster on the board. It doesn't need to be an opponent's to get its effects, and then you can take control of it if you have the three more spells in the graveyard. It's just like a really good card for like killing your opponent and trying to interact with your opponent. It's like obviously the best thing you can set up a multi-roll to stop the follow-up. And then other cards, two Shark Cannon. So this is mostly for like cards like Princess, just because you don't want to like just lose your stuff if they have like another way to like interact with it. And Graveyard Banishing is just like really good. It helps you link climb. And you essentially get like four of this, right? Because you just everything you could just set off a multi-roll again, and you get it at least once more. And I just feel like having like Graveyard Hate, especially like I try to think about like my locals when I like build my striker lists. And like obviously like I have Chris like trying to like puppet lock me out of the game, and I cannot let that happen. So I like need to play two of this, and it's just like good. Just it's just nice to like have as like an extra interruption to having like a Widow Anchor and like a Shark Cannon and like Ego Booster going into your opponent's turn. It's just like really good. It's just like another form of disruption, but it's not like super great into playing into a board with. Speaking of playing into a board, one Afterburners with Thrust and like Raigeki being at three, and there's just like a lot of cards that deal with this. So I just like playing one of this. Like I said, you always get it back off a multi-roll if you need the other one. I used to play two, but like now that we have like the third engage, you can just search this if you really need it. And then the last sugar card I play, Eagle Booster. This card is like really, really good. I've also seen a lot of people not play this card, but this is like the best thing you can do to like set up into your opponent's turn. This is arguably like the best like when you're already playing search off of Shizuku that you could possibly ever get with this deck. Because it pretty much guarantees that you're going to live the next turn, and that's all you really need to do with this deck is you can just live like your opponent's like pushback. You're gonna be in a really good spot to like win the game. This is also really good for like if you want to like make an SP to like get rid of something. This is also just good to like protect the SP from like dying by battle. And just it protects your Kagari. It also has like really, really like niche applications. Like you can like target your opponent's vanquish soul monsters if they try to bounce their shit back up. In like Unchained matches, if they try to pop their monsters, you can target them with this so they can't get popped. If they try to fusion summon with stuff, you can like make it so they can't be affected by the fusion summon. This has like a lot of niche applications. This is one of the reasons why I like this. Like you get really creative with some of the cards.
Mm.
So that's it for like the striker stuff. This is the other like spells, like power spells. Three of the other best non-striker striker spell, Forbidden Droplet. This card helps you deal with a lot of the issues that Striker has because all my shit says target, and like there's a lot of cards that say can't be targeted into the game. So this just helps you deal with a lot of that stuff. And it's just really well for comboing with the Striker cards. I think I mentioned this in the last profile I did, but all the Striker spells, they check for their threes in the at resolution, not when they activate. So like you can set up like cheeky plays where like you activate like Afterburners and then chain this and then get rid of like the Afterburners, and if you already have two spells in the graveyard, uh you get like the pop effect, and they like hadn't chained their like back row and then they lose it because like a lot of people don't know how to play against this deck. This is one of like the benefits of playing like a rogue deck is that like people just don't know how to interact with your cards like super well. So it just makes like all your like other shit just like go through. like 2 Raigekis, Duster, Change of Heart because we play Thrust. This deck just can't play Thrust. I'll just kind of go over all the other board breakers now because they're all kind of like behind like the theory of the deck. So this is kind of my new addition from what I was testing. This is like a different list than Saturday. Instead of playing Ash Blossoms the main, I'm also playing Evenly Matched. I just kind of wanted to go with like the full board breaker approach, and Evenly is actually like really good. Um, is really good getting the trade-offs, and there's like a really cute play you can do if you have Ray. You can like normal Ray into a board, link it off into Hayate, and then use your Hayate to attack into a monster, dump whatever like card you need, like if you need like engage access or something, or like you want to get a Widow Anchor. The Hayate will die. This will come back, and then you can go like end of battle phase, and then activate the Ray. And then if they don't respond to it, you can chain the evenly from your hand because you control no cards at that point, and then you like can summon your Kagari and like add your thing back, so you don't like totally spend your battle phase. And this is just really good against like this deck has like a tough voiceless matchup. This is like good against that if you can force the Skull Guttering out because it just kind of like deals with the whole board. And these are just like kind of I just wanted to draw like these. Because like Thrust could just search all these, so you just kind of get like your missing piece. Like if you open like a couple of these and like Thrust, then you're getting your engage. If you open like engage and some of your striker stuff, you can like get to these. So they just kind of bridges like the what I want to do with this deck like very well. So I just wanted to like play more of these than like hand traps. Like the only hand trap I did play in my deck was Imperm. Just as I wanted to have like something good to draw off of engage or like to try to hand trap my opponent with that wasn't that wouldn't like play into talents just because like I lost a game because my like my only starter engage got ripped after I tried to like ash something, so it just like I just didn't want to like play a card that lost to talents. So going forward though, actually I'm going to cut this. I'm gonna play Cosmic in this card spot just because I feel like Cosmic helps me with the like the bad matchups or like other matchups. It's just better into voiceless. Like this card is useless against voiceless. Like Cosmic is just better against voiceless because it makes my other cards like be online.
Yeah.
It's better against Tenpai because like my deck wants to go second. So like I'd rather like draw like Cosmic in the event that I lose a die roll to Tenpai and they make me go first. I'd rather like have Cosmic for the summoning than like Imperm for anything else. So I'm gonna try that going forward, and because that just kind of goes like with the whole board breaker approach theory. And then the last card, which is like kind of like my pseudo like fix the going second issue with this deck, is one copy of D Barrier. So like the theory behind this is if I don't need like if I draw Thrust and I draw like an Evenly or like a Raigeki and I don't need like the Thrust to deal with their board, but they like respond because obviously they're gonna like not just lose their shit. I can use the Thrust to set the barrier, and then this pretty much like guarantees that I like will not die like on the follow up. Um, and like I said, it's also like Tenpai like might like win the die will make you go first, and they play like a lot of hand traps, so like you could just thrust into this. Like a lot of decks that can slot hand traps are slotting hand traps, so like they're gonna like if you start with engage, they might just like ash it, hoping that it cuts you off from, getting your play rolling. They might like imperm, or mourner your Kagari or whatever. So there's like a chance for it to be live if in the event that you do go first. Like, and there are times where like people know what I'm playing. Like I take these like the logos every week, so like they know I'm playing Striker. They like there's a chance they're gonna make me go first. So like it's just kind of like as a contingency plan for that. So that's the main deck.
Very
40 in the
nice.
main. Yeah, so I will go to the extra deck first. So 3 Kagari, this will obviously like never change. Target a Striker spell, add it back to your hand. This is usually like getting engaged back because engages gets you anyone anyway. And we play like multiple unless you really need like your afterburners or you want like your ego booster back. But yeah, that will never change. So one thing that did change is I only played 2 Shizuku. Um, so I
What's
was
this?
playing 3 of this and 2 Hayate, but I actually like kind of reversed some. So I'm playing like the 2 and the 3. So I noticed I was missing like the third Hayate more because like with Engage being back at 3, you have access to every like striker card you need anyway without this to really like you don't really need to resolve this card 3 times in a game. So like why like I just found myself needing to resolve the third Hayate more than needing to resolve the third Shizuku because like I have every like was like what am I getting off of this Shizuku? Um, it's kind of like what I noticed myself like saying to a lot during the end phase. Because like when you're getting into the grind game when you would be making it because you're not going first and passing on one like you're gonna have 3 like into like turn like 2 like 4s like you're just running out of like shit to search with this so. This is what did change. I like this a lot. It helps you like go for like game when you're just missing that like little bit of extra damage.
Yeah.
And then one kind of this will probably change when the new support comes out, just because like the other links are just better than this. But this is just good to like not die with. Sometimes you like make it first. It's also like a nice like link to just burn. Like if you're trying to like force like a bad play out, like you like summon this, and then because you can only summon each of these once per turn, obviously, so you don't want to like I want to like fool my opponent into like interacting with this. So I don't want to like summon any of these, obviously. So like it's nice having like kind of for that, but it's just still like a one of you play for now. And then I played 2 Zeke. I like this over like the 1 Zeke and the 1 Azalea. Just because like the banish comes up and really just what you want is you just want to like Widowmaker take your opponent's thing and then link it off and stay in engine. So once we get like Camellia, this will probably just be the second one. This will just be Camellia because it just takes 2 effect monsters. So you're staying in engine, but you don't need to like yes. That's just the only reason why I like 2, just because like it comes up like in the grind games.
Fair
And then
enough.
other bull junk dark just because like if your hand's super sorry this searches ray if it dies but it's also like link climbs SP just because like this card's really good at helping you like clear like that extra like thing out like you can use this to like banish like originals and stuff or like just get like a looming threat off the board that you couldn't like deal with otherwise access code just because like I never really make this too much like this comes up sometimes like I don't really make it as much because I don't play a Link 3 and like usually the 4 300 isn't like enough or like you poked with Hayate once so they're at 65 and then the 43 you still need like a little bit more. It doesn't really like come up too much. Then I played Typhon as like my 15th spot.
How
Like
did
I
you
make
like
this
that?
sometimes. I don't know if I like it yet. Um like it's nice to like put on if you're like trying to go for game and stuff. There's like some matchups it comes up in, but like I don't really love it. I just it comes up more often than in Gearsu, the World Chalice Link 3. It was coming up more than that because that's what I was playing. Um, but a lot of this like changes once like the new stuff comes out. Like this extra deck really like changes once we get some of like the new Link 2s and like the Link 3, the Link 4. We just don't have room for. It's nice because like the Striker Link 4 actually can turn into any of the Link 1s, which is nice. Fun fact. But
Nice.
that's for next month. Um, I do kind of want to play the Earth Charmer though, because like this deck can have like an issue with like dealing with like Fenrir.
Really?
Yeah, so like it's just kind of like be nice to like link it off and then you can like take the Fenrir and you can like use it. But like that doesn't really come up. That's kind of fake. And then the side deck is kind of like weird. I decided to like side into a bunch of hand traps. Because I felt like the board breakers weren't really like the way to go against like Snake Eye and like since like locals formats and like those formats are like they're kind of like wide open. Um, I'd rather just have like the hand traps, like you can pretty like clear monsters with like you can clear Duster, like back row Duster, like in any matchup, and I just kind of want like the hand traps and the matchups I know they're going to be like good in. So like I have like 3 ashes, is like for branded labyrinth, just like a generically good one, but like I just wanted to like have multiples to side into when I knew like some of my like if I was going to be going first, like I obviously want to take the evenlies out, and I'd rather have like hand traps because I don't like losing to spell and trap removal. So I'd rather just like have hand traps instead of like trying to like pray that like my like insert continuous trap I want to play to like flood my opponent doesn't get like interacted with. So 3 ash, and then I played Crow. I think these should be bells going forward, and they will be bells. I think this is just like like Bell's just better in this slot than like for what I wanted. Like I wanted for lab. Like this deck has like a bad lab matchup. Like there's just eradicator you for your life. Like it's good against like it can hit the Melodious branded fusion. Apparently that's what the like the ruling is. Like it's good against like lab. You don't get like public lock with this. Or with Bell. Bell can like stop like the princess. It's just I didn't like it. I wish it hits like it's better in voiceless because I like hitting the Saphira in voiceless a lot. So like Bo is just like better at like stopping them from like adding like the shit. I know you can like crow it after it like goes through, but I'd rather just like stop the ad effects. Uh Droll, like this is just one of like it's good in the message, it's good in like if you pair this and like another like hand trap, it's usually good enough against Snake Eye. Like the board breakers just aren't like super great against it. I just couldn't think of like Nib's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And you don't want to like clog up your main monster zone. There's like not a lot of hands that like I don't have to like rely on like there's been hands where I draw Nib and I'm like damn if this Nib goes through I'm like praying I draw like multi-roller like Area Zero or Ray or something. Just
Yeah.
so like I can play because like it's just like clogging up like the main monster zone with like your hand traps can like lose you games. And then Ogre, just because this is like just good against like a lot of things right now. Even if, like no, I want to play Cosmic. I don't think I'd cut this just because like I like having hand traps. Like I think I'm gonna be going first. Like I don't want to like set Cosmic into like a Lightning Storm or a Duster because I know those are coming in. And then for the last spot, I played like the other copies of D Barrier and then one Trap Trick. Just because this is just like a fourth copy D Barrier essentially, just because like against like a lot of the matchups, it's good. So you think you're gonna make you go first, you just side these in. Even if like you think they're gonna make you go second, like sometimes these are still like fine because like the deck doesn't have like an issue breaking boards, and it's just like relies on you like opening thrust less. And because I was doing that when summon limit was legal, I would just like keep summon limit in, even though I was going second, because I could still like break their board and then just like set summon limit and then flip it and then win the game. So that's kind of like the same like theory with the last copies of the barriers and the trap trick just for like an extra copy of it.
Very
And
nice.
yeah, that's it.
So how much do you think the new support changes things? Like, does it really like does it
Yeah,
change the
so
play
you're able to
style?
play. What's that?
Does it change the play style, or does it like what like?
Yeah, so you're still like you're still going second and playing into boards. It's just like really cool because Cyanos like gets you into rows. Like Cyanos is like a if like all goes through, it's like the link four by itself, and like the link twos like help you like break the board along the way. Like you can like Zeke like banish something and then like get like rows back from your hand or like summon it back out and like it's just like really cool like the things you can do with it. The link three targets like a monster with 2500 or more attack and like can equip it to it, so it's like another way to like clear like nothing on your opponent's board. We have like the link to the engage zero card, combination attack engage zero, something like that. Combination maneuver engage zero, where if you have like Ray and Rose in your graveyard at the start of the damage step, you can just like nuke your opponent's board. So you have like an in-engine Raigeki. Um, and Ray can also like summon that her. I'm pretty sure Ray can summon that one off of her quick effect because I think she's always treated as an ace. And she doesn't need to be a lot of them say must first be link summon. She doesn't have that restriction, so you can just take Ray out for her. So, like you like can get like Rose in your graveyard. So, and like Rose is like really accessible through Cyanos. Which is why you play like the second, because you just wanted like you want Rose in rotation more. Like now, like the only reason you really play Rose, it's like it's okay, like it's a starter. It's like the worst one, but it's like if you have like the linkage OTK, it comes up. Um, but now there's actually like a reason for Rose to be in rotation because you're gonna be like summoning her out a lot more, and she's like gonna be like the like a better extender going forward, which like deck is like trying to like climb into like these like links and do
Yes.
things with them. Like even like Camellia like can dump the Rose because she can like dump a Sky Striker card. So yeah. So
Very
it's still like
nice.
going second, but like you're actually like gonna be able to like help you do that more rather than like okay, let me like summon a Zeke and then like banish something that they get back anyway. You still have to deal with like on your turn again, but it's just like more starters, and then you get like those pieces. You lose a little bit of utility from the extra deck, but like I said, like you were cutting like this can go, like dark can go, because like why would you need to like search Ray? Like you have so many ways for your extra deck anyway. Like access code can go just because like you don't really summon this too much anyway. Like SP is the only really card I see staying because like it's just SP. Like you don't cut it. Like kind of can be cut like the Z, even like a Hayate because like Camellia just dumps one, so you don't need like the three. So yeah, there's like a lot of like room for the extra deck to change, and the Cyanos locks you into machines from the extra deck. All of like the new striker cards are machines, but like obviously the toolbox like outside of that and the link pool is very limited. I looked through every link machine monster, and like the best generic one is like Ambler Whale, which honestly isn't terrible because that can like summon Kagari back if it gets popped or something. But yeah,
Would you be running Amblowell in the
I
future
don't know,
build?
probably not. I mean, like you probably still play like a Charmer in the access code just because you're not always going to be like, playing with Cyanos. But there's just still a lot of like testing to do with those cards. I haven't actually done any yet just because it's tough to find people to like want to test against Striker because it's not like a deck you're gonna expect to run into at like a YCS or like a regional, right? Like there's very few of us like actually still playing. Like anytime I see like another person playing Striker, I'm actually like very surprised, and I'm like, damn, I should have brought it just in case I played the mirror.
Well, maybe we'll be seeing more coming up with the new support, So,
Yeah, maybe I always like to see people try to get the deck a try. It's
yes,
a lot of
yes.
fun once you like learn how to play it, which like how most decks are in this game. But I don't know, this deck just like breeds creativity, and like I think it's just like playing it like a deck like Striker or like control decks generally just help you like have a good like if you get like a good grasp on the game and like interacting and stuff and like just finding cool ways to like do things. And then
Awesome.
sometimes it's just I'm activating the Shregeki and you're losing your whole board, and then normal summoning Ray and extending my hand out,
Uh,
which is also fun.
we love to hear it. I'd also like to employ everybody to go check out Charlie's channel. Thank you for coming on to the channel to talk about your updated profile. I'm sure you'll have something on the channel for the new format. Also, Charlie
Yeah,
does stream on Twitch, so you guys definitely should check out his channel and his Twitch.
I don't do it too much anymore, but I'm trying to get back in the game. And I've been like, it just sucks as like the remote locals that I like streamed stopped doing them, so it's just been hard to like find like content to actually do since like trying to play DB is like a actual nightmare. So once I
Agree.
find like something to like do, I'm gonna try to like start like streaming and like making videos again, mostly related to Striker. I'm trying to be like Chris, but with Sky Striker.
The community needs it, and looking
We
forward
we
to.
are missing like a Striker figurehead, and I mean the deck's not really like meta relevant. At least like you could top a YCS with branded. Like it'd be very tough for this like to top a YCS as it stands right now. But who knows? Maybe someone will do it. I'd
Who,
like to see it.
who knows? Maybe you'll do it at Indy, but
I'm unfortunately not gonna be able to make it there anymore. But
that's okay.
oh yeah, I probably would have taken this if I won. I should have played this in Raleigh or in Raleigh, honestly. But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys definitely check out his channel. Now we're gonna transition